Narada, Vyasa, Nrihari, all, yeah. So before those previous gurus come in that line, is recited by Sri Bhaktisiddhanta, they've got all this bhav, or they have that bhav, all of them, or just up to Lakshmi Party.
In Sampradaya, just it came from, it began from Madhavendra Puri, Sringar Bhav, not prior to that. So Madhavendra Puri is considered as the root of the tree of Sringar Ras. Sringar Ras is a tree, Madhavendra Puri is root.
What I want to know, Guru Maharaj, is that if Madhavendra Puri, he got that from Lakshmi Party, that means
He had not gotten from Lakshmipati.
Anyway, another devotee from him, from whom Madhavendra Puri has got that frame, and that devotee, he is in the line or not?
Whatever line may be, what is that? His name is not in the line.
Wow.
He is not so prominent. What is that? His name is not mentioned in the line. So only Acharyas have said this thing. This began from Madhavendra Puri, and he is considered as the root of the tree of Sringar Ras. This much. What Acharya was said, we have to accept that, finished. We need not. Madhavendra Puri, there was no such person in the line who was crying for it. Do you understand? Who was aspiring for it. Isn't it? So how could he get it? Do you understand? So he was not deserving. So Madhavendra Puri had such aspiration and he was crying for it. That was his first verse he uttered. He Dinadayartranath, he Mathuranath, Kodavalokes, he Dvaita. Mama Hrudayo Katharam. That's the first verse he uttered. Madhavendra Puri. Now he's crying. He Dvaita, oh my husband, oh my beloved. Oh Mathuranath, he Dinadayartranath, the Lord of Mathura. This Krishna, who has left Brajabhumi, went to Mathura. And Dinadayartranath, you are the friend of the distressed. I am very much distressed. And you are friend of the distressed. Oh, Dvaita, you are my husband. My heart is paining. So much pain. Because I cannot have your darshan. Come, when that time will come, when that day will come, when I have your darshan, oh Nath, oh my husband, oh my master. He uttered that verse. But he was crying for it. So it came to him. Anyhow, he got such association, so he just immediately survived. That's the only answer. You understand? There's no answer. Unless you cry, unless you aspire, why it will come to you? And how can you get it? You can get it. Question of aspiration and cry. Here's the question. Alright.
There is another kind of liberation, that of merging into the body of Krishna. Is that worse than the one that Maharaj was saying?
That is worse than Brahmasajya. Yeah. What Maharaj said.
He said that only one the devotees reject. That the devotees only reject one.
Brahmasajya.
Yes.
What you said, Ram? You just said Sayuja.
You asked that question or what?
Yeah, you said they reject Sayuja.
What was your question? I can.
Yeah, the same question he's asking because Maharaj in the beginning he mentioned that devotee rejected one of them. So therefore, I was wondering to know because there are five, and in the pure devotion they reject all of them normally. Generally, they don't want. Maharaj mentioned only one. So I want explanation why the devotee should accept others. So why my question was that.
Devotee, pure devotee doesn't want any mukti. That is verse there in third canto. Sarupya, Sajujya, Sarsti, Salukya. Diyamano Nangrunanti Matsevanam Jana. Verse is there. Sajujya is the worst type. Kaivalya Narakayate. Pradhananda Saraswati Path says. This Sajujya Mukti is like hellish situation. Hellish situation. You understand? कीट जन्म दाओ तथापि आदास निर्विशेष ब्रह्म जन्म नाही मोराश. I will rather become a worm. Yesterday I was telling that thing. But I will become your das, your servant. In the form of worm I also serve you. But I don't want that Sajja Mukti. You understand? I don't want that. Because Kaivallu Narakayate. It's a hellish situation. Devotee doesn't want, because there is no chance of serving Krishna. The Sajuja is worst. Two types of Sajuja. Ishwar Sajuja and Brahma Sajuja. And Ishwar Sajuja is worse than Brahma Sajuja. Anyhow, but the other four, Sarupya, Salukya, Samipya, Sarsti, other four types of muktis are there, liberation are there. This Gajendra got Sarupya Mukti. You understand? Sarupya Mukti means same form as Lord Vishnu. Salukya reside in the same planet of the Lord. Salukya. Sarsti to have the same opulence as the Lord. Samipya to remain close, near to the Lord. It's Samipya Mukti. These four types. Other than Sajuja, there are four types. And Krishna says, Lord says, if I give them all these mukti, still they don't accept. No, we don't accept. Yamana no grunanti. Must seven of it. They only want to serve me. They don't accept any mukti. What is need? As that Billamangal Thakur says, is mukti muklita sevate asman samaya pratikya. You understand? The mukti is maid servant, just waiting on the queue at the door of bhakti. Muklitangali, with folded hands, just waiting. A long queue is there at the door of bhakti. Many are waiting. So Mukti is one of them with folded hands, waiting in the queue just to serve her. Sevatas means samaya pratikya, just waiting with folded hands. Bhakti pade mukti dasi. You understand? Mukti is maid servant at the feet of bhakti. Why bhakta will? Why will a bhakta spare for this thing? He kicks them, get out. I don't want. Diyamano nagrunanti. The Lord says, if I give them, they won't accept. No, get out. I don't want this. I'm not saying only it. Even better to remain in the species of a worm to serve you. I don't want to. The sergeant, I don't want that. This is bhakta. Why else? No need. No need at all. No need at all. Mahaprabhu said, Janmani Janmani Sare Bhavadad Bhakti Rohe. Why? He rejected Mukti. Life after life, I will serve you only. I don't want. And Singdev offered Mukti to Prahlad Maharaj. He didn't want. He rejected. No, I don't want. I don't want. And this thing. Many instances. If the devotee doesn't want it. Yeah.
All right. A desire to become free from material suffering. Is that is that mukti? Is that a type of contamination of mukti? Desire for mukti? A desire to become free from material suffering, the miseries of life.
Yeah, automatically you will be free from material suffering when you serve the lotus feet of Krishna. Swarupena Vyavasthiti. That he says. That's the real mukti. If you situate yourself, remain in your swarup, Jiva Swarup Hoy Krishna Nitya Das, that is your swarup. You are eternal servant of Krishna. If you remain in that position, then automatically you are free from all material contamination. You understand? Rusikena Rusikesa Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. Sarvapadhi Vinirmuktam Tatparatana Nirmalam. Rusikena Rusikesa Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. That is the definition of bhakti. Srila Rupa Goswami gave. What is bhakti? Free from all material designations. You understand? Body has all designations. The soul has no designation. You understand? So free from all material designations. Then Rusikena Rusikesa Sevanam. And serve Rishikesh, master of the senses, that means Lord, through your senses. That is bhakti. Bhakti means service. Service to Lord. Service to Lord is bhakti. And through your senses, if you serve, constantly serve, at every moment you will be engaged in that service. That means at every moment if your senses will engage in the loving service of Krishna, there is no chance for material contamination. Where is the chance? If some contamination there from previous life or something, previously accumulated, whatever that, it will all destroyed immediately. No scope. Such is the thing. You understand? No need at all.
May God, Guru Maharaj, for the bhakta, the so-called suffering doesn't exist. Like example of Kunti Devi, who is spraying, welcoming all the so-called suffering. So when one achieves the bhakti, the suffering does exist, material suffering.
You see,
It's tolerated.
he tolerates. He acquires such power to have to tolerate. Taroriva Vaishnava, Mahaprabhu says, be as tolerant as a tree. How can you become unless you go beyond this bodily constitution of life? Swarupadhi Vinirmuktam. Unless you become free from all material designations, you can't be. Unless you situate yourself in a swarup, you can't be. You can't tolerate. As long as this bodily constitutional life is there is no question of tolerance at all. No. Huh? If a thorn will prick, so much, no! Intolerant. But to speak of something else. You free from bodily constitutional life, then you can tolerate. Huh? You can tolerate, and you'll be tolerant. And Mahajana say, those who are always engaged in chanting of the holy name of Krishna, always engaged in kirtan, this power of tolerance automatically is developed in them. It develops automatically. He is tolerant. Those who are not doing kirtan, they cannot be tolerant. This is how one can develop this power of tolerance. Is always engaged in kirtan. Then you'll free your existence. Forget your existence. So quickly you'll be absorbed in Krishna. You understand? You'll forget whether I am existing or not. Forgetful of existence. Then you can be tolerant. Huh? This is the process. Mahaprabhu taught us. Therefore, he said, Taruri Vasaisun, be as tolerant as a tree. And how can it be? Only for this, by engaging yourself in every moment, kirtan, chanting, always absorbed, complete absorption. Always in samadhi. That's easy samadhi. Come to complete absorption. If you chant pure name offenselessly, they will be completely absorbed. Because that's prem, will be prem. Which you want, which you cannot. You see? You cannot but stick to it. It will be very difficult from your part to be away from it. If you just taste it. The question of taste. Develops a taste. Nectar. The name gives. The name is everything. The name is the last word. Last word in Veda. Last word. Madhuram madhuram etan mangalam mangalanam sakala nigamam valli satphalam chit surupam sakrudavi swadhyava helayava bhruguvara naramatra tarayate Krishna Nam. This Krishna Nam is the last word in the Veda. The Vedas will be like a tree, this is the last fruit. The ripened sweetest nectarian fruit. Madhuram, very sweet, sweetest. Nothing is sweeter than that. Do you understand? It's nectarian, so sweet. Satphalam chit sarupam. It's Krishna Nam. If you taste it, you'll never want to be away from it. No, in season like lich, I don't want to be away from it. Lich like. You understand? Develop it. Then you can forget yourself, forget your existence. Then you can tolerate. How could Haridas Thakur tolerate? So much severe persecution because he was absorbed, chanting with pleasure. While these miscreants, the ruffians, you see, people of Kaji were severely beating him, persecuting him. In 22 bazaars, all his flesh has gone out, you see. The bone has come out. Still chanting, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Hare Rama. That means he had forgotten his own existence. So he could tolerate. He didn't die. This is what? This is how you can develop tolerance. Otherwise, how can you develop tolerance? You understand? You can develop tolerance. It's a very easy process. Then you can forget yourself, forget your existence. Then you can tolerate. That is what is required. You understand? Yeah. Then, where is the question of suffering? In that sense, there is no question of suffering. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Abhaya Ashoka Amrutera Sthala Tumara Charan Daya Tahate Ekhana Visrama Laya Chadilu Bhavera Bhaya. Huh? Do you understand? Oh Lord, your lotus feet is such a place where there is no fear, no lamentation, no death. Now I, taking shelter at such place, such lotus feet, I am free from all fear. Huh? Do you understand? Tuya Atmanivedana, Tuya Pade Kari. What is that? হইল পরম সুখী হ্যাঁ আমার দুঃখ দূর গেল হ্যাঁ চিন্তা না রহিল চৌদিকে আনন্দ দেখি ভক্তিবিনোদ ঠাকুর says, oh Lord, by I completely taking shelter or completely dedicating myself to your lotus feet. Huh? Now I am so happy. Huh? I am now free from all anxiety. I had so much anxiety previously. Now I am free from all anxiety. You understand? I see only pleasure and happiness everywhere. No misery, no unhappiness. How is this? Then, you understand? Where is material contamination or something? He sees only happiness and pleasure. This is my husband. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said, if you cannot in that state, that you can see. Huh? Graho, as you say, this crocodile, many crocodiles are there. Not one crocodile, many. Very ferocious animals. Sharks, crocodiles, I say. Huh? Whales, isn't it? In the ocean. Dreadful ocean. Very dreadful ocean. Huh? Many ferocious aquatic animals. Very dreadful, you see. Sharks, crocodiles, whales. So many are there. Yeah? They are all living in the ocean. If you can dry the ocean, then automatically they'll die. Yeah. Isn't it? So dry that ocean. Automatically they will be dying. Then you are now happy. No fear from them. Huh? Isn't it? So, dry it. So Agastya Muni was there, only taking one handful of water and drank it and dried the whole ocean. Huh? So powerful. Only drinking only one handful of water from the ocean, he dried the whole ocean. Such unlimited great ocean, dried. So all these ferocious animals, the sharks, the crocodiles, the whales, and so on, they all die. No water. They all died. This is what needed. This material existence is like a very dreadful ocean. Bhava Sagara. We say Bhava Sagara. Sagara means ocean. Material existence is like a dreadful ocean. Isn't it? And many whales, many sharks, many crocodiles, many ferocious animals are here in this material ocean-like existence, you see. Huh? And we are always attacked by them and disturbed by them. If you can dry the ocean, then automatically all these ferocious animals will die. Then you are free. No fear from their attack. And I dried. Like Agastya Muni, drink it dry. Isn't it, Gopinath? So, are you drying? No. Then are you cut off? With the fearful jaws of that crocodile? Huh? Are you cut up? It's cut up. The jaws of crocodile. Then our prayers to Lord Narayana will come and with a disc and cut the head of the crocodile. They're free. Isn't it? So acquire such power to dry up this ocean. Then it's very good. Automatically all will die, all these ferocious animals will die. Huh? Prahlad Maharaj wanted that thing. To dry up this fearful, or dreadful ocean. This material existence, ocean-like material existence. I want to dry it up. And those who are cut up with the fearful jaws of that crocodile or sharks and suffering, all they will be delivered and will be very happy. I want to make it so place this material existence. He wanted. Why didn't you want? Why didn't you do it? And he did it. You do? Huh? Why are you cut up? The jaws of crocodile. Crying. To pen. Crying. Crocodile had cut up your head. Thought, not the leg. Hari. Hari. Why don't you understand? Come up here. He is Gopinath. Say Gopinath, brother. When Prachetas underwent severe austerity, entering into the water of the ocean, Lord Vishnu was very much satisfied with their austerity, enhanced, and he gave them darshan and asked them for benediction. Ask for any benediction you want. And what did they ask?
Wherever they may take their next birth, that they can just get the association of devotees. Turyamani Lavanapur.
Kimutashisa, They said this thing. We are the residents or inhabitants of this world, material world, which is known as Martyalok, Mrutu Sansar, where there is birth and death. That means we are subject to die. Jatasya dhruva mrityu. As sure as death. Death is sure, isn't it? Something else may not be sure, but death is sure, isn't it? Jatasya dhruva mrityu. Death is sure. And we say, as sure as death. If we speak something which is very sure, though we give this example, as sure as death. It is as sure as death. As death is sure, this is sure. Do you understand? So we are the residents of this Mritu Samsar. So what benediction is there for us than Bhagavad Sangi Sangha? Other than Bhagavad Sangi Sangha, the association of Bhakta or Sadhu, association Bhakta or Sadhu, that is the only benediction required. No other benediction. That is the only benediction required. And tulayami laupenapi, na swargam na punarbhavam. If someone is fortunate and gets such association of such sadhu, even for a moment only, you understand? The result derived from that association cannot be compared with the attainment of a heavenly planet and Brahma Sahaja Mukti. You understand? Merging into Brahman cannot be compared. This is such benediction. Isn't it? So this is the only benediction one must aspire for. Because, why?
But by doing satsanga, one gets everything.
How? How?
By hearing from sadhu.
What he gets?
Krishna.
Love,
Bhakti.
bhakti. Then, through bhakti, what he gets?
No, he first of all he understands that this Shiva Swarupa Krishna Nityadas. And understand his misfortune being in material world. And then he starts crying.
Are Baba, speak in one word. Why are you describing so much thing? No need of explaining such thing. One word. By bhakti you can get Krishna. You understand? Krishna is only achieved through bhakti, obtained through bhakti. Bhaktyahum ekaya rajya. The goal of our life is what? What is the goal of our life?
Krishna Prem.
The goal of our life is to get Krishna. Isn't it? The goal of our life is to get Krishna. And how can you get Krishna? Through bhakti. No other means. Isn't it? No jnana, no karma, no yoga, no tapasya, no swadhyaya, no dana, no dharma. Namang sadheti dharmam, namang sadhyanti sankhya. That verse is that. Namang sadheti yogam, sankhya, dharmam chaudhava, no swadhyaya tapastyaga, jatha bhaktir mamorjita. 11th canto. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Krishna says to Uddhava, by analytical study, Sankhya Alosana, Sankhya Vishlesan, by so-called practice of dharma, principles of religiosity, by tapasya, austerity or penance, by Vedic study, swadhyaya, by giving charity, dana, isn't it? I am not achieved. Jatha bhakti mamorjita, as I have achieved through bhakti. You understand? And bhakti is to bhagavata bhakta sangyena parijayate. How can one get bhakti? By the association of bhakta, sadhu. Isn't it? This is the only way. Therefore, the sadhu sangha, the association of sadhu, is the only benediction. Because thereby you will develop bhakti, and through bhakti you will get Krishna. And that is the goal of, you achieve your goal of life thereby. Krishna means everything. It's a Purna Brahma, it's completely full. No deficit is there. Huh? If you get Krishna, you will need nothing. No deficit you will feel. Because you get completely full. Huh? But if you get all things, everything except Krishna, you feel deficit, isn't it? And Krishna is the Purna Brahma, is completely full. If someone gets Krishna, so he has no deficit. Do you understand? Though the Goswamis, Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, they are living in the jungle of Vrindavan, they had nothing materially, apparently. They are dina, bereft of all material things. They are just staying, just spending one night under one tree, not a fixed tree. Huh? Suskaruti chana chiba. Their food is dry pieces of bread and some chana. Huh? And drinking the water of Jamuna. One coping, one bohirbas, and one water pot. This is their asset or property, nothing else. Huh? So apparently, they are very poor, dina, distressed. Isn't it? Bereft of everything. They understand nothing, they are nothing. Huh? But they had got Krishna. Huh? They had got Krishna. Isn't it? Madan Gopal, Govind went to them, came to them. Isn't it? Do you understand me? Apparently one may feel, oh, very distressed persons, but they are not so. They had got Krishna means they had everything. Even that tossed stone rolled at the feet of Sanatana Goswami, kicked it up, again coming. Huh? Tossed stone, such invaluable stone. If you just toss a piece of iron to it, immediately it turns into gold. Huh? It was rolling at the feet of Sanatana Goswami, kicking up, still coming. So what not? Huh? What not? Huh? To get Krishna means you get everything. No deficit at all. And that's the goal of our life. And that can only be achieved through sadhu sangha. Bhakta sangha, isn't it? Huh? Isn't it? No other way? Is there any other way? No, only sadhu sangha. So they ask for only this benediction. Prasedas. Sadhu sangha. This is the only benediction. Huh? And all Shastras, Krishna himself has said, Shastras say, Mahajana said, all say. So, if it is fact, and that's a fact also, and we'll see many examples are there, how if someone does no sadhana at all, you understand? Only does sadhu sangha. Huh? He gets Krishna, isn't it? His life is successful, isn't it? Therefore in Srimad Bhagavatam, Brahmaji has said, what do you say? Thane sthita sruti gathang tanumang manobhi ja prayaso ajita jito pesista istri lokyang. isn't it? Huh? Jnana prayasa udapasya namanta eva. Jivanti sammukharitang bhavadiya vartang. Sthane sthitang suchigatang tanubang manovir. Jo prayaso ajito jito trilokyam. Isn't it? Do you understand? Speak in English.
If one can give up the process of speculating about the absolute truth and just become humble and submissive and hear about the glories of Krishna from the lips of the pure devotee, sadhu,
Yes.
and even if he remains in whatever condition of life he's in,
Yes.
by doing that, he will be able to conquer Krishna, although Krishna is unconquerable.
Doing nothing. Do you understand? In whatever position he may be, let him be in that position. No need of change of position. If you are brahmachari, stay in brahmachari position. If you are grihastha, stay in grihastha position. If you are banprasthi, then stay in banprasthi position. If you are sannyasi, stay in sannyas position. But one thing required. Give chair to the Maharaj. One thing required. Huh? Only hear Krishna Katha. Sravanam. Thane stitang srujigatang tanumang manovir te prayaso ajito jito apyasita istrilokyam. If you only hears Krishna Katha, Sravanam, if it does Sravanam, regularly, Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya is not occasional, it's daily activity. Regular activity. Regular daily activity. Do you understand? He hears from authoritative source, from the lips of a sadhu, Krishna Katha. So he develops bhakti and gets Krishna, binds of Krishna. Do you understand? Ajita Jito. Krishna is Ajita, unconquerable in 3 worlds. Nobody can conquer him, but he conquers. That unconquerable is conquered through bhakti. He develops such bhakti that he can conquer Krishna, he can bind up Krishna. That means he achieves the goal of his life. His life is successful. You understand? So this is only the result of sadhu sangha. This is achieved only through sadhu sangha, nothing else. The sadhu sangha is such important thing, and most important. Isn't it? Therefore, Prachit has only asked for this benediction, no other benediction. No other benediction is required. What benediction is required? We are residents of this Murtyulok. This material world, where there is death is sure. We may die at any moment. Uncertain. No certainty. Any moment death may come. Then only this benediction required. Thereby we'll achieve the goal of our life. We'll get Krishna and fulfill the mission of our life. And life will be successful. This is the only benediction required. Do you understand? And through sadhu sangha, and this sadhu sangha is so powerful, you see. It's very powerful. And sadhus are very merciful. And only Krishna is conquered by sadhu sangha. Prayana bhakti yogena satsangena vinodhava nopayo badhyate samyak prayanam hi satang ang. 11th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. Do you understand? No. Prayana bhakti yogena satsangena vinodhava. Krishna says to Uddhava. Nopayo vidyate bhadyate samyak prayana hi satangahang. Krishna says to Uddhava. Oh, Uddhava, those sadhus are very dear to me. Dearer than my own self, myself. isn't it? Dearer than me. My own self is not so dear as sadhus, as you are dear. Do you understand? Because they have completely taken shelter at my lotus feet. They don't aspire for anything. Huh? And by their association, anybody can develop bhakti and very easily be delivered from this dreadful sun-like existence, material existence. Do you understand? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. These are 4 purusarthas. If someone gets Krishna, these 4 purusarthas are very insignificant on their part. They'll kick it them up, get out. Isn't it? So Krishna himself has said this thing. He says, "No rodheti man yoga, no sankhya dharma evacha, no swadhyaya tapastyaga nishtha purtam na dakshina. Vratani jagyan sannansi, tirthani niyama jamaha, jatha varunde satsango, sarvasanga paho himan." 11th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna says to Uddhava, "O Uddhava, this satsanga, this sadhu sangha, the association of sadhu is so powerful. Do you understand? It's very powerful. If someone is fortunate and gets such association, very quickly he develops detachment towards this material world. Do you understand? And I am very much. Do you understand what you say? And that person develops such bhakti through which he can bind me up. I am bound up. Do you understand? The yoga, Sankhya analytical study, yoga, do you understand? Ashtanga yoga, mystical yoga, ahimsa, non-violence, so-called practice of dharma, swadhyaya, Vedic study, tapasya, penance or austerity, sannyasa, taking of sannyasa, and doing some, what do you say, beneficial, benevolent, welfare activities, like digging wells, opening hospitals, serving the diseased person or poor, feeding them like this, giving them some charity, worshipping the demigods, visiting all tirthas, and very strictly following the regulations of Jama and Niyama. Cannot get me. As a fortunate person by associating sadhus gets me. Do you understand? He says. Then he glorifies, speaks about the glory of satsanga. Krishna. Satsangena hi daitya jatudhana khagamrugaha gandharvap saraso naga siddha sarana guhyaka vidyadhara manusyesu vaisya sudra striyantyajaha rajastama prakrutastasmin tasmin juge juge bahavo matpadam praptva shastro kaya dhavadaya vrusaparva balir bano Mayasthatho Vibhishana Sugrivo Hanumana Nrukyo Gajo Grudro Vanikpatha Vyadha Kuja Braje Gopya Jagya patnyasthatha pare. He says, in every juga, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. You understand? In every juga, people get this result through satsanga, sadhu sangha. Even those who are in mode of ignorance, tamasha bhava sampanna, those are daityas, demons, rakshasas, even the birds, even the deer, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Nagas, snakes, Siddhas, Saranas, Guyakas, Vidyadharas, human beings. Among the human beings you'll find Vaisyas. Do you understand? Shudras, women, Stri, Brutrasura, a demon, Prahlada, born in demoniac family. Brusaparva is a demon also. Bali is a demon. Bana, Banasura, a demon. Maya, a demon. Vibhishana is a demon. Brother of Ravan. Sugriva, a monkey. Do you understand? Hanuman, a monkey. Jambavan, a bear. Gajendra, or Bhagavatam continue, Gajendra. Jatayu, a bird. Tuladhar, Bonik, businessman. Dharma Vyadha, a hunter. Kubja. What do you say? Hunchback. Yes. Then Braj Gopis, women. Jagyapatri, the wives of Brahmins, those who are performing Jagya. They all got me. How? How could they get me? Only through sadhu sangha, satsanga. Do you understand? No other qualification they had, isn't it? Only through satsanga they have got me. They have not done any Vedic study. They have not underwent so much severe austerity. They have not done any charity, anything. You understand? Only through satsanga they got me. These are the examples. So in this you know all these things. You know Dhritarashtra was Chitraketu king, and by the course of Parvati he became Dhritarashtra. Isn't it? The 6th canto Bhagavatam. That Upakhyan is there. Indra killed him. Still his threat went to the spiritual world. Being killed by Indra. How? Because of the devotee. You know Prahlad. Do you know Brusaparva? Apa nama Brusaparva? Brusaparva. He's a demon. Brusaparva is a demon. His father is Kashyapa Muni. You understand? His father is Kashyapa Muni. His mother is Danu. Kashyapa Muni had many wives. So one of the wives is Danu. So father is Kashyapa Muni, mother was Danu. Brusaparva. You understand? And the name of his daughter was Sarmistha. 9th canto Srimad Bhagavatam you will find that thing. Sarmistha is the girl companion of Devjani. Jabjani married to Jajati. Do you understand? That is in 9th canto Srimad Bhagavatam. So, but Sarmishta was so beautiful that even Jajati accepted her. Do you understand? That story is there. Episode is there in 9th canto. And as soon as he was born, this Vrushparva, his mother died. He was brought up by Kasyapa Muni. Kasyapa Muni is a devotee. So by his association, he developed bhakti. He became a Vishnu Bhakta, Vrushparva. So this is mentioned here. Krishna says that, Vrushparva. Then he says, you know Bali, 9th canto, who gave 3 pieces of land and chariot to Vamandev. With 1 foot, Vamandev covered whole surface of the earth surface. 1 foot he covered whole space. There is no place for 3rd step. So he showed his own head. Do you understand? That means complete surrender, Atmanivedam. So he became Mahajan. Do you understand? This body. Then Banasura, you know, he's a demon, Banasura.
By Krishna?
Was
killed by Krishna?
What do you know about him? Speak. Tell me.
I don't believe that.
10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam. That description, 10th canto. Do you understand? He is the grandson of Prahlada. Is Banasura. Do you understand? The son of Prahlada is Virochan. The son of Virochan is Bali. So he is the son of Bali. Banasura. Do you understand? So grandson of Prahlada.